and clinical excellence. You will be entrusted with preserving life, sustaining morale, and providing care under the most demanding conditions. To the band professionals, your duty extends beyond drills and ceremony. You are entrusted with preserving military heritage, inspiring morale, and strengthening unity and pride within the force. To the combat officers, your achievement is particularly laudable. Having served as enlisted personnel, you understand the realities of soldiering at the ground level. That experience must now inform your leadership empathy and command responsibility. As Minister of Finance and Development Planning, let me speak to some concrete support we've given to enhance this transformation. In the FY 2026 approved budget, the allocation of the Ministry of National Defense totals $20.7 million, with $18.3 million directed to the Armed Forces of Liberia. Of this amount, more than $12.7 million is dedicated to compensation covering salaries for our military personnel. We've also allocated US $500,000 under the Public Sector Investment Program, specifically for the renovation of AFL barracks, building on 2025 achievements that saw the completion or that saw renovation works at the BTC barracks, Camp Jones, Camp Wisner, and Camp Grant. These improvements have had a tangible impact, enhancing accommodation and strengthening family stability for soldiers and their dependents. The 14th Military Hospital continues to benefit from budgetary support to keep it operational. Our Coast Guard has extended patrols up to 200 nautical miles offshore, and we have reactivated and deployed 3 AFL units while maintaining extended military operations along our western borders. We've also allocated funds in the 2026 approved budget to bankroll the recruitment of more AFL officers in the Army. These achievements are promises made by the President, and they are promises kept. They are no longer just vision statements. They are line items already budgeted and actively being executed for the progress of our nation. Permit me to share a reflection drawn from my own journey in public service. One of the moments that has remained with me most vividly occurred during a trip through Banga en route to Lofa, I think around 2011 or thereabouts. We had stopped at a gas station to take fuel in Banga, and quite unexpectedly, men and women of the Armed Forces of Liberia in a truck from nearby Camp Topman, were driving, and they noticed me at a gas station. And all of a sudden, they started to embark from their trucks and started to approach us. And my EPS officer and myself, we got a little afraid. And I whisked into the car. But these were not soldiers that came to attack me. When they approached, they started to sing and chant. And I came out of the car. What they came to say was to say thank you. Thank you because working with the Minister of Defense and the government, we have increased the salaries of soldiers. And that left, in public service, sometimes it becomes like a thankless job, but there are moments where you get some gasoline for your tank to carry you farther. That tells me that the Army appreciates. And we in public service, our desire is not to get appreciation. Appreciation or no appreciation, we should do our job. So the outcome we seek is not appreciation, it's impact. But when appreciation joins impact, that's good. And I can assure you, members of the Army, yes, the government over time has done a whole lot, but I know that we haven't done everything we should do. There are many rivers to cross, many things to do. Where you were yesterday, you are not there today, but where you are today, there are ways to go. And all I can assure is that every year your situation will improve. Graduating officers. Today represents a movement in which the Republic of Liberia places its trust in you. The people trust you to lead with discipline, to exercise authority with restraint, and to act at all times in defense of the Constitution and the rule of law. Leadership in uniform is rooted in service and sustained by sacrifice. You have endured physical hardship, mental strain, and long periods away from family and loved ones. Those families present here today have also sacrificed through patience, understanding, and unwavering support. The nation recognizes that military service is never borne by the individual alone. It is shared by families and communities. This sacrifice will not end with this ceremony. There will be moments when duty comes before comfort, when national security takes precedence over personal plans, and when leadership demands resilience under pressure. These moments will test your character and define your legacy as officers. As President Dwight D. Eisenhower of the U.S. once said, the supreme quality of leadership is integrity. Integrity must guide your actions when pressure is high and temptations arise. It is the foundation of public trust and the honor of the armed forces. The Army stands as a force for good, not evil. Our people should flock to it, not flee from it. Liberia knows that institutions and fractured command. We know where indiscipline leads and what happens when uniforms serve factions instead of the flag. This generation of officers is being trained differently, supported differently, and expected to lead differently. You inherit not only authority, but a reforming institution guided by law, civilian oversight, and constitutional order. Effective national security also demands enhanced interoperability among the armed forces of Liberia, the Liberian National Police, immigration, customs, intelligence services, civil and maritime security institutions. As officers, you must foster cooperation, information sharing, and mutual respect among sister security agencies. Unity of effort is essential to protecting the Republic. Graduates, you are now officers. You are now leaders. And leadership is not primarily about rank. It is about example. Your authority should flow not from rank alone, but from trust earned through conduct, restraint, and professionalism. When I'm talking about an example, I can never forget the experience I and some other young persons employed somewhere I will not name. And on our first day, the HR director came to tell us the do's and don'ts of the institution. And one of the things that person said, the HR director, was that we do not smoke here. We do not smoke here. In this institution, we do not smoke. But the HR director was puffing in our faces. So, a lot of us look at each other and say, we do not smoke here. Is it only for us? You know, as we try to grapple with her smoke in our faces. That's not leadership by example. Strong leaders apply rules to themselves before imposing them on others. Good leaders possess a conscience and aren't arrogant about their mistakes. You are called to nobility, and wise crucial isn't achieving flawlessness, because none of us is flawless, but striving to become your finest self. Respect should endure with or without rank. Your title provides mandatory deference, but your actions and demeanor involuntary admiration. If you find yourself constantly wielding your title to intimidate, woe to you. Focus not merely on rank, but on genuine leadership. To the families present, your support underpins every achievement here. The government acknowledges this through sustained investments.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Liberia. On today is the 29th. 29122025 is today. And today happened to be the last Monday in 2025. And the last Monday in December. It's a pleasure this afternoon to be with you. We want to say to you, Happy New Year in advance. Happy New Year to all of you, our treasured listeners, our folks who have been with us for the beginning of the year, the month, and the week, and the new week again. Remember, we are winding down and closing up on today. But don't forget, the geometry of the whole must be kept high on the agenda. And because it involves the majority, and those that come with equity must come with clean hands. As usual today, I am your humble servant. I'm J. Nathaniel B. Senior, and I'm here today from the production department, T. Nicholas Barkley, making this edition a spectacular one, this last Monday edition of the program. And the next time will be on a Monday. We will surely be in 2026. Good afternoon, good morning, and good evening. Today, December 29, 2022, Liberia was in a period where the spirit of his Basatania year in 2022, celebrating 200 years since the arrival of free black Americans in 1822, a landmark event that shaped its unique history as Africa's first republic, with President George Weah leading commemoration focused on unity and Pan-African leadership on the theme, the land of return. The period at the time also saw an ongoing international discussion about reconciliations, the history of American Liberian rule, the diverse indigenous roots and challenges to governance and human rights, even as it remains a stable democracy. So on the 29th of December in 2022. The 29th of December in 2000, Liberia in the midst of escalating the Second Liberian Civil War from 1989 to 2003, with President Charles Taylor facing renewed attacks from rebel group led Liberia United for Reconciliation and Democracy, which had launched significant fighting in northern Liberia, particularly Lufa County, challenging Taylor's government and made accusations of human rights abuses and regional instability. The country at the time was marked by ongoing violence, lawlessness, humanitarian crisis, with territorial regimes supporting rebels in neighboring Sierra Leone and Guinea, leading to retaliatory instability. Then in 1976, the 29th of December, Liberia, under the rule of President William R. Tolbert Jr., was grappling with significant national issues, particularly a growing crisis in Maryland County, involving ritualistic killings and disappearance, which led to the government actions against officials. While globally in 1976 saw a major event like the Central African Republic becoming an empire, for Liberia is highlighted Tolbert's focus on fighting poverty, ignorance, and integrating rural areas, though unresolved tensions submerged together with the late 1970s and the early 1980s political shift was also one that you cannot overlook upon. Tolbert succeeded Todman, emphasized the self-resilience, rural development, bridging the gap between the coastal elites and the indigenous hinterland populations, formerly calling ignorance and poverty disease. A major issue in 1976 in the later part today was the increased number of disappearances linked to the ritualistic killings practices in the Maryland County, prompting President William R. Tolbert to dismiss local officials like the Superintendent James Daniel Anderson from failing to report the incident, signaling government concern over law and order in 1976 on today, the 29th of December. Today in 1944, on the 29th of December, Liberia fought during a pivotal era under William V.S. Tubman, a period defined by the vital role in supplying natural robots for the Allies into World War II, leading to strategic U.S. investment in infrastructure like roads and an airport, and the beginning of Tubman's national unification policy to integrate indigenous people for the national political life, transforming Liberians into a modern state on today in 1944. Today's in history is the record of future. These histories come out for a reminder and reflect how far we have come from and where we are. Today also happens to be the birthday of Pablo Casals, a Spanish musician. He was born today, the 29th in 1876, into the Vendura, Spain, but he died at the age of 96 in Rio Padras in Puerto Rico on the 22nd of October in 1973. Today also arrested for wearing pants in 1852. Emma Snodgrass was rearranged in Boston because she was a woman wearing trousers. This was a time when activists were calling for the rational dress for women, including the blumber or trousers as an alternative to long and the bulky skirt up on today in 1852. Then in 2004, Jimmy Carter, 2024 rather, Jimmy Carter, 39th birthday of the United States in 1977 and 1981, died at the age of 100. He had been awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace in 2002, to be precise, for his work into diplomacy and advocacy, both during and after the presidency. But then a football player from Brazil, a soccer legend called Pelé, one of the sport's greatest players and admired by many, among the first athletes to become a global celebrity, died at the age of 82 in 2002 on to the 29th of December. Today in 2015, Guinea was declared free of Ebola by the World Health Organization. Some 2 years after the deadly disease was reported in the country and sparked an outbreak in Western Africa today in 2015 to be precise. Then came the leader of the Khmer Rouge, the group that ruled Cambodia from 1975 to 1979. Publicly apologized, but then in 1998, publicly apologized for the millions of people that government was responsible for killing during the Cambodian genocide. Today, in 1998, on the 29th of December. And then with the enactment of the new constitution, the Irish Free State became known as Ireland in 1937, today, the 29th of December. But in 1890, the U.S. Army troops carried out the Wounded Knees Massacre, which was the last major armed conflict between the United States and the Plains tribes. Scholars estimated that between 250 to 300 Lakota men, women, and children were killed, and at least 25 U.S. soldiers died, many likely for friendly fires today in 1890 on the 25th, that is the 29th of December. We say welcome to all of you on today. Many thanks for always following us, and we appreciate you for always listening to us. And we bring you these activities for your listening pleasure or date-to-date basis, be your millennium or the century for your listening consumption. On today, welcome to the lunchtime program, and welcome to all of you. I am your humble servant. I'm here this afternoon, and we have a very safe time. You can go there, star 799 star 1 hash, and you can keep playing. The dashboard is opened. You could just be a lucky winner. Star 799 star 1 hash, $100 Liberian to play. And remember, earlier this morning, someone just walked away with a brand new motorbike. You can be the one, you could be the next. So you keep playing on our jackpot dates. You'll be lucky to be among those or joining those that will win motorbike or who have won motorbike. So we say welcome to you. But right now you can play $100. If you play $500, that's 5 times, and you win 4,000. Remember, that's good profit there for you. Walking away with 3,500. Even if you play 10 times and you win 4,000, remember, it's just $100 Liberian to play. Star 799 star 11 hash at the code for you to be a winner on this program. And just to inform you again, the dashboard is opened and you can play and be a winner on today. But today, I got 2 major points to talk about and some other one again. You know, this ongoing capital building, also the taxes go on. But then it was so important that just to inform you that Judge Roosevelt Willie have discharged his prosecution's first witness, and the trial moved forward. So you know that from the first one and the second one and all that, we'll run you through that, some of the issues that happened, that went on there. But Liberians are all ears. When will one case come to an end? You know, it's important. And I want to lay emphasis also on the Executive Protection Agency. That is the Environmental Protection Agency, rather. You know, the Environmental Protection Agency is one of the very serious integral part of societal building. They have come up with a report, and it's important that you get to know exactly some of the things that go on. But you know, important. You know, it's so sad to see, I don't know, Liberians will walk through the 2026 again with like a tactical attitude. Liberians still drinking water and get throwing the plastic bag over their shoulder. Soft drink. If you go red right now, if you see the amount of soft drink cans, you won't believe it. So you wonder no. Who did not clean Liberia? And one thing again, even to make matter worse, on Sundays, you will see the market will be so crowded up like it's not even on Sunday, like in other days. You see? And you know, and will come up boastful and say, Liberia is a Christian nation, and Christianity is saying we are Christians and all that. Liberia. You won't tell me all the days of your life you will not appreciate God one day and say, or even don't appreciate God. Don't appreciate God, right? But just leave the market so that the people who are responsible to clean the market can get a chance. You will not say to it. You still go say in the diet. So you won't tell me you sell 24/7 and you got no day for yourself? Then when you get sick, so then you put on government. Hey man, this is so shameful. And I will say this boldly. You know, I begin to admire the other religious faith. The Muslim, when you see go to the mosque that day, lock the shop, lock the store, pack the market, go to the mosque. Because they know that it's important, they are survivor of that market to pay on the God that they serve. But it is not Liberia. Liberia is one group of people, Christianity, that they are mocking God in this country. They don't respect God. And I don't blame these people, really. I blame the municipal, I blame city, local government, city authority. Imagine, I was surprised to hear a very great senior man of God that when you go to Maryland County on Sunday, nobody will sell. Hey man, if the people in the rural parts can set these standards, so it means that the people in the city side, the most rather they are, what is it called it here or what? I think we're too weak. I think it's time that we set us a standard that make us look like we are responsible. You crying, second that coming, even the God you call to, you can't even respect him. One day say, let me go today and say, thank you. You went all through the year, all through the months, all through the week, to say, God, thank you. Look, Liberians are disgracing this aspect on a serious note. But then when they are pestilence, when they are eruption of deadly disease, we go start crying out God. Oh, so you think you God and listen to you when you don't respect him in time? Who told you that? The time you're healthy. That's what the Bible said. Remember your grand creator in the days of your youth. The time you're young, you care less about God. You old and you want about God, come and get your own life. How do you do it now? You selling. Whole day you must eat. Every day we have to survive. We have to survive. You in the day. Sunday you dead. From morning to night. The day you fall sick, you say, God, help me, let me get well. How will I help you? When you get one day to go there, you say, thank you. And I think the municipal or the local government need to set this thing very serious. It's making us look very funny and foolish in the eyes of other religious people. Those of us who say we are Christians, that we don't even have a day. I will say this proudly. If I hear you, man. Even if the man don't like his shaman, so pray. That man will pray. Because he know that at times I come, that he should just reverend God and say thank you. The other time, the other days or the hours, he's there, he can do his business, do his things. But when that hour reach, when that day reaches, he can't care about you. What are you looking for so much that you can't get 1 hour, 1 day to go serve God? Or to say thank you? I thought you would self-proclaimed Christians. But when problem comes, and this is the reason why some bad things happen in the country, say, oh, because you don't respect God. You don't. You think even your pa or your mother who brought you forth, they spend their time to educate you, to bring you forth in good training and all that. And because you feel you man now, you live somewhere, you can't even want to go speak to them. So you mean they born you all your life, your hustle. You can't go and say, oh, today, I like you to say hello to your the greeter and say small time. You can't do it. Then who are you? Eh? Then when you're sick, the market can help you. They say, oh, my family board, they declare me, they abandon me. Yeah. You get got money today, you go around when you're sick, they say, when your wife is leaving you, your children, and say, oh, my people, nobody care for me. They oh, God help me. Oh. No, I won't go far too much. But the better reason I'm saying this is that they died. And I like this, and this is coming from the Environmental Protection Agency, telling us about some of the development there. But we are responsible for some of the things. Let me say thanks to the new leadership of Joba. I was surprised that one of the blacks, they took the initiative, say, we just want to clean the community. Hey, man. These are the kind of things we need to see. Not just clean the community. Even if you're a father, no matter how big you are, how old you are, someday in your house, nobody tell you go take broom and sweep, but just walk with the cleaner, they put in the house, say, this how you clean here, you're clean so. You see they play here? You're clean here. They play. When I was strong, I used to pass all year, I used to do this, but now, you know, I can't walk at 2 paces, but today, I stay here today, that's today one. Yeah, man. If you go in the village, the town very clean, neat. The town road, the road to the water side, where the women go to take the bath, the men go to take the bath, those places will be very clean. They brush the area, neat and clean. The one that go to the farm, neat and clean. But then when it comes to the post, they got sense, they got knowledge. Got a community looking. That plastic bag is the most common thing. Dump site is the fastest growing thing in this country. Nobody cares about that. But people are passing their vehicles. People are walking all the day. They are moving about. Nobody cares. Hey, man. Are we not concerned about our health? Are we not concerned about our environment? Liberians? And I said, hey, Liberia, Liberia can move itself. Liberia can sweep. So you expect Liberia to sweep. So sit down there till the day you get old and see Liberia sweep one day. When you don't sweep. When you don't clean. Eh? Eh, man. If you look right now, from the Tupo Road area, along the Tupo Road clinic, going toward the Hamonfi Tupo Road there, going toward Benson. If you look there, you'll be proud and see the initiative the folks took to even clean the sidewalk and to paint. You notice that if that is a continuous process, that will be so beautiful, man. I want to encourage the folks. Hey, man. I found one guy along our route. I nearly called authority on him. The man swept the area. Then the drainage, he started forcing the dirt there. I said, you see, when water start coming from the place, the whole place get flooded, you will start calling your government. But now knowing that you helping to clock this thing here. Oh, Jesus. Why are we living? We're not concerned about environment. We're not concerned. The only two things will come. Oh, God, I won't go there. Let me forget about that, man. Eh, when you come a Liberian man eating and drinking bar, that one they can do it to the best. Jesus Christ. Oh God, let me take this down. It's important, no? We are living like we're not living. Imagine, even you left for the interior, you came in this town. You still live like that? Everything is the government do this? What are the local leadership, the community leaders? Imagine when I saw the folks from Joba, they had an election. They gathered there, young people, even older ones. I was surprised. Older folks, they joined the younger ones. Even in that plastic, they will take it all. They take oil from the community around. When we will start to initiate those sanity, those issues, as leaders, you were in a village. When our town reached, today you old, but you're young, you were there. You saw they will call the young men, bring their cutlasses and things, their hoes, the women. Let's clean the waterway. Let's clean the entrance to the town. Let's clean the road going to the farm. But you come in the city now, you turn to city man or city woman, You still a living die. Jesus Christ. And then the project leave places that red like 1 minute, like day, then the project clean up place. So that the next day you can't say the dead out there will be removed. And they put a diet on the Kutaro, and look, radar is getting damaged by the day. I'll tell you something very serious. The sellers, they are putting those diets that get rotting on the quota, and the pop holes are just coming there per the day. In the distant future, you will tell me that I said this thing. There will be a very big large pop hole like before that road was even paved. The people already paving the road, they do it their own, they say the money will get in and the money and the kind of what they can do. Then we outside we are not taking care of it. Water can spoil the quota. Unnecessary water. The dead yet there, water it rains yet there. The dead yet parting up. The couple when they wash that in there, wow, the people that sitting got there, oh, they wasted there. Everything you're going there. It's spoiling the quota. The road. Nobody know. Nobody, people want somebody to tell them that one. Nobody get a sense to know that. But they will not wash their clothes or sneak out and carry the barrel and waste it there. But they can do it on the cargo. What's that? What kind of life we live in this country? Oh, Jesus Christ. And we did it to the Pueblan road there, connecting the Pueblan area along the William Booth area. That Kota road, if you go there today, tell you that Kota was there. You will not believe it. But the fish, cartoon, the other remnant, the folks on the main road, they clean and dead, they part of the quota, they use it as a means, it's there, it get rotting. You don't think they're spoiling the quota? Today, go there and see. Now, people who selling the fish, who selling there, money change, everybody in the mud. If you just walk that place for 1 minute, they stink scent. But people are there selling. If you inhale that thing, making money for the next 6 months, tell me, what will be going to your lungs? Jesus Christ, man. So now I get sick of this country. We're not human beings on a serious note. But we'll go like a whole president. Let me say this, you know, there's concern, and I thought of raising this, and I hope that, because I will call names, I hope that LEC listening, because you can't be having all of people around, having LEC, they enjoying it, and then they got a certain group of people or certain or community that had that transformer before, because they transition that came before that. There were a lot of lows on the transformer that then got burst or got damaged, and they decided to use the means. I think last time you heard the LEC folks from the regulatory arm said, "Don't buy a pole, don't buy a wire." But then when these things spoil, transformers spoil, they write to the regulatory institution, but then it takes time. For over a month now, since the transformer got damaged in the radio community area there, the community board sent representatives so that they can have a redress on this thing here. So in the community, when it's in darkness, what thing happen, you know. They were brave, they busted up on the door, they kept the fire on the team, they killed the door, they do this. Things were happening around because there's no security, I mean light in that area. So they sent people there. But then I'm hearing that in order to alleviate the community of the darkness, one Mr. Victor Gray, they say he had given the order to release the transformer to one Mr. James Bala and one Frank. But then what him holding this thing down, nobody know. Imagine 2 persons got to feel the authority, or 3 persons that they could alleviate this, the people of that community or this thing. It becomes an issue now. They are already given the order, but they are refused to carry out their assignment. And then, according to Mr. Gray, the community chairman transformer should have been done ever since. The people wrote LEC, the right arm, the right people, and they said, "Oh yeah, let's address the people thing in time." But then because of the 2 people, one Mr. James Bala and one Frank, who are responsible, but they are refused, now this is what it goes. It's so unfortunate in this country. People use their position for so many reasons. And you know, they wait for the kind of time to come up when their names are called, then they come up now, they want to say the truth. You see? What happened with the people who transform? What happened? Mr. James Bala. And I'm raising the issue that I can catch the attention of LEC, because I heard the last time that LEC want to have a very serious control, that they power testing and stuff. The other volunteers that were LEC, they told them that you put not going to go on payroll. So we won't hold as volunteer, you all carry your shoes, you all start claiming on post, you all start connecting people. And I know some people in LEC, what they're doing now, they shipping their own equipment. They shipping their own thing. You want transformer, they bring it. You want breaker, they get it. You want meter, they get it. Outside LEC. So the thing is that these boys that were LEC with this volunteer service, they could use them, or they can use them. You see. So LEC said, all you want volunteers will find space for you so that they can be employed. You know, they brought a lot of joy to the folks there. Now, if we keep the committee in darkness too long, what happens next? You see? So please, I hope that LEC is listening. Ray Hill, those people deserve better. And you know that they are an extension, the back of Red Light, Omega there, you know what happened there. When all the things happen and the folks can go in that direction, or they go that side, they can do anything when they play dark. They use that side as a shortcut. They can do anything. I said the last time, the folks in the community called a young man. The man was having 42 pairs of socks. My first time seeing that one. 42 pairs of socks on his foot. For what reason? So that when he claiming somebody faint or horse, when he joined that, there should be no sound. You see that kind of thing? So that kind of man can escape easily when in the dark, yeah. But just by us seeing you with 42 pairs of socks in it, where light on, you can't move. You gotta tell what you got move on. What are you going to do? You want to tell me that cold? You say, oh, they can be around. You can't tell me that. One sock is enough for you to wear 42 pairs. You see? So please, and we hope that these folks can please do their duty. Please. We don't have to reach always where a name be called for the wrong thing, and if we come out and say, oh, I want to do this, I want to do this. No. Mr. James Bala and Frank, they all please make sure that the people transformer be released. Mr. Gray has said the community transformers should have been given to them ever since. Please, LEC, please take note of this. Please. It will be good that you send a representative to the community there and find out from the authority what's going on in this thing. This is what we're getting from there. Let me say thank you and welcome. So, let me say thank you and welcome. You know, let me deal with this thing first. The judge of criminal code C, criminal code A rather, criminal code A, Judge Roosevelt Willie, on Tuesday discharged the prosecution first witness. You know, he been there for a while. The chief investigator, Raphael Wilson, following very intense cross-examinations. He was released on the witness stand, thereby paving more further way for the case. You know, there were other issues. You know, the juror informed the court that they were able to identify some of the defendants from a video that was produced. You know, they requested the video to be pre-screened to enable the witness to see and identify something about pictures and all that. But then Judge Willie granted the permission for the video. But then there was something that happened there. Some people say the video the person is showing, and it's showing who is there. Like for example, the witness identify one of the defendants in the footage taken from the video. But then when the juror look carefully, they say, but they may not looking at, they may look at the Chinese man. They say, no, that man, they Thomas guy. That Thomas here. But then when the juror look at this, but they probably look at Chinese man, and he look like that Thomas here. So it brought a lot of issues. There were, you know, this is always kind of tension and all that. And back and forth on issues. But that witness have been released and paving the way for the case to move on. And then the prosecution now will get prepared in the given time for another witness. You know, according to Wilson, The conclusion that was made, it said, was made on confection, collaborating call logs, coordinating phone activities, leading to the early morning hours of the 18th. And he also testified that they concluded a meeting on the folks who were involved, accused, on the 17th, with several persons who are now the defendant were part, where they intended to plan this alleged arson activity. Now, Wilson has been discharged from the witness stand, and prosecution now is expected to introduce the second witness with the trial, which will be resuming Friday. And you know that Friday, or this Friday coming, or the Friday now, that will be 2026 upon. But the case continues. But a lot of issues, there are a lot of public legal scrutiny, issues of the jurors, issue of credibility, consistency, evidence presented upon. So these are issues, but I want to inform you that the case is on, as far as we know, and is moving. So Liberians are eagerly waiting to see when this particular case will come to an end upon. The last time they had an issue with another audio, and the audio there, they said about AR, defendant accused about AR, and they look at the call log again. Another call log showed that Thomas, one of the persons who communicated, were around at the grounds of the Capitol building, but then the call log showed that the person was way to LEC, or other side, so there were a lot of issues there. But the case is on, and it's moving, so Liberians should wait patiently as the writing will be done, so that at long last, Liberian can hear or see who were those there. Or if not, you know, there are two things in case. Either you are guilty or you're not guilty. So wait and see. But let's wait patiently for the court to carry on their work, and so that Liberians can lay that to rest upon. But also ask the team that these kind of cases, we know they will say legal matters should not be hurry, but sometimes delay is often dangerous or deadly upon. Let me say welcome. Thank you. The EPA has reaffirmed their commitment to a transparent governance process. You know, in 2024, the institution said that a lot of gains made. They came to 2025, and then they told us what's going to happen in 2026. You know, the EPA, according to the head, Dr. Emmanuel K. Yuri Yabawolo, he said on his watch, EPA is really moving upon. Remember, he's also one of those, you know, like when you consider people who are from the other side, opposition. You know, he ran as a vice President Kennedy in the election against Imam Boakai. But the president saw that and said, hey, it's good you're Liberian, come and work. And that's how he took the tax upon. So he's doing all that he can. In 2024, there were about 1,463 inspections that went on nationwide, and about 197 chemical tests. And they reviewed about 108 environmental monitoring reports, reflecting on this intensified compliance, monitoring, environmental oversight. And that came out good. He said a lot of gains in 2024. Then come 2025. The EPA issued 257 environmental permits. And it said, why over 70 applications were rejected for non-compliance. And they verified about 167 project sites across the country. They conducted about 34 environmental and social impact assessments conferences, the ECN, and they reviewed about 248 environmental audits report. And they were even able to generate some fund over time for government. They did about 140 enforcement actions, imposing over $303,300 United States dollars in environmental fines. And they generated $200,000 in revenue for government. So they said that these are all important issues there, and that 2025 will be good up on there, because our environment should be one thing very, very much key, because our environment can even have a negative impact on our own survival if you don't know this. Imagine they said they issue about 150 chemical licenses, permits, about 100 fumigation licenses, applications, because, mind you, you don't just know. Some of these chemicals folks are dealing with are deadly to the environment. Sometimes you're somewhere and about a company and they are dealing with these things, and you are inhaling something but you just don't know what's going on. It may be having a very serious negative effect on you, but you're just there. And they said they completed about 20 chemical escorts operations over about 100 containers and trucks. And they accredited about 9 analytical laboratories, which have a full equipment inside, 1 environmental laboratory, 1 mobile monitoring unit, while successfully remediating or restoring 3 polluted sites. You see that? And these are all important things. Because when these things are not regulated, Liberians, you also, some time ago during the past government, there was a chemical that came and said arrived in Buchanan. It was a lot of stir. And this is if they are not regulated. If they are brought in the country and not regulated, it becomes a problem. The last time you heard that on one of the mining sites, when the EPA went there after the serious tip-off to come to the inspection, the folks ran away, some were arrested and all that, and there were chemicals they were dealing with. You see? They were dealing with very dangerous chemicals. That these chemicals, if care not taken, if it enter our water sources, it disturbs a lot. The habitat are destroyed. The folks, our livelihood of our families on that side gets very much dangerous. The last time you heard about the mining company there in Cape Mount, how there were serious issues. But if these things are not regulated in Liberia, let me come down, and we should be concerned. Will we be really satisfied where we sit? That they just all around us? You know that some of the children die in the community just because of the lackadaisical attitude of citizens there? You got one big dump site. When it rains, there's flooding. The water will not die, cover the yard, or the drains are clogged. And as soon as the rain stops, the water go down. Those remnants that came from the dump site, from those waste, it's being left right there on the ground. Then you come outside, you get to the broom, you sweep, you put your child on the ground, they start eating or eating there, they start playing all over. Hold the child there, you're over here ugly. You just let talk about being there, hold it, talk on you. Hold it, yeah, Mondu. Hold it, get this. Because we're not watching our surrounding. What they have to do with him, with the living. We living and we get dead. The devil produce, instead of finding means to control it, we're not doing it. We allow these die. We throw it right by our windows. We give it to Zogos. We give it to lessons to young people. They take it along, and the next thing, just not too long, we see a very serious dump sign right by us or in the community. And no dump sign not for Google thing, for waste. Things start to enter there. We start this stink start coming back to us. Mosquitoes. No matter how you want to put the mosquito net, they got one giant size mosquito about 2 to 3 can just live for the net, one part, live for it. Oh, Jesus Christ. We oh, God. Then we see ourselves going to hospitals. Who are sick. I don't know. But what are you eating? Imagine that. You go in the marketplaces. The folks selling the diet. The flies. Come and leave his remnant there. You go in the, when you want to enjoy, go in the market, you buy the fish, you buy your meat, you buy this, your chicken, your layer. You go home, you just put in the water, you just touch it some kind of way, and you put it in the pot, you just cook it when you're hungry, you eat. What happened to me? My own parent know. And I tell all the medicine, what happened to me? Hey, Liberians. In real life, this afternoon as I'm speaking, go real life, people are sitting there died. He asked and said, well, how will survive? I want to say, you look for the money in the next 6 months or 1 year time, you can't go real life again. You go on to be stuck up in the bed with your family people. The next thing, we know what happened, the witchcraft in the community too much. Liberians. And our governments need to step up, not just today or yesterday. This attitude of Liberians just drinking and just throwing plastic bag over their shoulders, drink soft drink, buy banana, the next thing is gone from their hands, while everything they get is getting too way out of order. They're getting too out of order. Our city corporations. Where's our local structures? You won't be community chairman. You won't be community, you won't be black leader. You won't be youth leader. What are the responsibilities? What are you doing? But yeah, the man will know what he do is wrong. Will tell you, say, whatever, man. And the government will pay somebody to clean out there. Yeah, man. To the extent people are going to the extent giving birth and giving those babies to go and die and rot somewhere. People are finding babies in dump sites. Jesus Christ. And this time, the dead, what we hearing I say first flight, right? Yeah. So where does these dead women go? Nobody know. But at first flight, they break, they finish, bury somebody, go, the person die. They finish. Whether they put up that body in the dump site, they just when they dock it, they put it there, that's it. It will get rot, it comes back to the community. Oh, the other thing, we know what is happening. Oh. People are still using pit latrines. The water, the floor in the area, the pit latrine get filled up. The remnant from the areas come back in the community to the people. And everybody sit back and say, nobody care about that. Liberia. Are we going to carry this kind of attitude to the next year? I see people, they will protest for issues. Some of the issues they protest for, it will not happen in direct impact. And the government, the state security, there will be so much, a large number, they can't continue. They will not even know what they want to say. They will move you from that day, or the thing you'll go for, they'll say, yeah, well, yeah, maybe it will not even happen in the next 5 years or 10 years. But the ones that they're for cleaning the community, nobody protesting for cleaning the community in the place. I don't know why. Nobody. Nobody protesting for people throwing plastic on the street. Nobody protesting. Nobody protesting. People just take bag and put it in the fridge of the road. Nobody protesting. I've not seen liberal protest and say I'd rather be clean. They have never protested in the country. Why? Aren't these genuine issues that affect Liberians? Eh? The chicken you're eating, where are you coming from? Eh? The palm that you're eating, where are you coming from? They have to come realize they waste it on the ground, they put it so, the balance when you leave there, you buy your own, you're thinking that by the time you reach your house, if you're clean, you even think where you're coming from. How will continue living like this? Everybody in red light wants sell, everybody in Douala wants sell, Waterside wants sell. And other go here market here. Go to the here market along the hospital. Go there. It's danger becoming synonymous with Liberians. And nobody, I'm not seeing that to that protest, they have they're clean. I'm not seeing it. But you just we protest, bring our money back. What is money? Is it 16 billion law? Where here? I used to see that some man you put in a pocket and walk away with it. Things that would not have that right bearing like Liberians, you see them apply more energy on it. So why? You won't tell me since the foundation of this country, Liberia will continue to throw plastic on the street and they will never protest. The government say we need dustbin. The government can say, yeah, you know what? We're beginning tomorrow. We want shovel, we want broom. The government say, yeah, the other evening we'll bring in broom this evening, but tomorrow we'll bring in the balance. Because these are things that you request for that government will be forced to bring. It will happen right now. Why Kevin that man will phone put it down in the community carrying to the city corporation? What happened? They man, we all in the community have decided to pay for collection of dye with the CBEs. They finally refuse, but they are one people that are making too much dye. They eating cassava, they gotta peel cassava. They eating bitter ball, they gotta do it. They palm nut, they want you all the best of food. But when they finish, they die for nothing there, they then want to trade in another person. Yeah, we carry in the city corporation, let the city corporation hold them and show them what we done about this. We can't clean our area, then we allow some other people to not clean our places, and the die come out. We don't want that. Because these are hands-on things that when you say government do this for us, by that day, before the day or the next day, something will be done about it. I'm not seeing that. But all Liberians do, they are satisfied to sell in the dye, to get the marketing association, the marketeers are calling to they should clean this place. The only thing they do is that the day the dye enter their noses, that time they say marketing association will protest today. But by the time they come to push it, there's small and the whole group in front of the place, they're my spot. Are we not concerned about our health? Imagine the EPA saying that by 2025, 2026, they have a very ambitious vision, which will be more than 2025. They want to focus on becoming a modern, science-driven institution, prioritizing the integrated compliant laboratory structures, automatic ECN system, strengthening legal department, so that they will pay for actions, potential environmental code, climate financing mechanism, and an enactment of the Nuclear Act of Liberia 2026. Because we have to. The big companies, they are bringing things that are making our people's lives in this country. What the poor person need liquor their way? These drinks, the hard liquor, what they facing their way? Or when they finish doing it, where's the remnant going? Where is it going? You think even somebody will drink liquor and sometimes let it die? For what reason? All these factories, they say they get factory. What they are remnant, where is it going? The last time you heard they hold other folks noise pollution, smoke pollution. They hold them. You see? We have to be serious because the 2029, the 2036, the 2050, we're fighting for. If we are not strong to be alive, how will we achieve that? How? And the people don't want to protect you. You got to protect yourself. Because when they come from the air-conditioned houses, they make sure they are surrounding there clean, they are downstairs clean, their living room clean, their houses clean, they breathe good air. But you, that depend on your voting card, you don't want selling in red light. You don't want selling to the construction areas. You are the one getting affected by the day. You don't want to get drinking that water. They don't care. The people who drink water, they know it's purified and it's not that to the extent that it can keep them safe. But you don't care. The moment you pour 2 spoons already more, you want water, anywhere it comes from, the person the water is drinking. Nobody cares about that. I think it's time we do. Librarians need to focus on themselves. In our institutions, like we said, there should be robust public awareness. Let us teach our people the danger of these things. But you're leaving on the media. But when you have your own podcast, you want to say the good thing you're doing. Oh, you're the best in the world. Since the foundation of the country, but it comes after the podcast comes out, the country see the same. When they ask you to show something, you won't be able to show it. I think the citizens need to focus on themselves. Focus on themselves in this country. You see, people are sick. What happened to them? Some of these things, they get this from right in the environment. Right in the environment. Right in the environment. The children sick, they are right in the environment. It just rain, flood came, it went down. We come outside. 2 days, the 5-year-old child sick. What happened? Nobody know. You just scratching all day. You just coughing all day. You just don't know. But right around you. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. And today, let me say today is the last Monday in 2025. As a matter of fact, the next time we sit on this program on a Monday, we won't say 2025, we'll say 2026. 2026. Let me say Happy New Year in advance to all of you Liberians. And we'll go to the lines to talk. I'm not going outside Liberia today because these things are very important things that we should begin to. When you're on a Yakling, you hear less about the next man on. Somebody come and set a foundation, carry the house to roof, window level or lintel level, they leave it there. It becomes a public latrine for everybody in the community. You even sit outside, the sun hot. You see they want to eat your dry rice or something, the stink just coming to you. But you care. You just and that's one thing I like. Let the environmental protection agency bring the code. Let people who deliberately create these kind of hazardous activities for our citizens, let them be punished for that. So it means if you get your foundation with your roof level, window level house, you leave it there. People using it for the wrong reason. So if, for the next 10 years, while living near you, we just be smelling something that all be living near you for. That all you created this structure for. That all we just lay there. That in the evening, when you sit on your own house, because your structure by us. When you get dark, everybody go there and use it. It becomes the best place. To the extent that people doing it over each other, they didn't care about it. You know, the thing is that when you overshadow you that moment, you can't smell. When you leave everybody start smelling what's going on. But you just embarrass the rest of other people in the community. And look at even when it rains, the flood, the water comes out there. People step inside, people do this, people do that. Liberia, we need to come to ourselves in this country and begin to advocate for issues that matter to us as a people. When the community posted today, we are protesting. All of y'all, the player can put your dead, we there. We put security outside. 1 week, your food you cook, we'll nobody to you tell us. As a matter of fact, we know that everybody agree that they put they are dying to one area where they are CBE, they pay $50, they pay $100, everybody agree. But only one, you won't agree. Today you tell why. Because we carry it to the corporation. But these actions are not. One big man or woman or a child or young man, because they're not orientated. I want banana. Give me $100. They just, but they eat the banana, the next thing, they just throw it somewhere else. When I think they're rotting there, it creates different things. When they say, why you put it in the money, the government pays my clean it there? Just look around where you are. See the amount of plastic bag. Sometimes the plastic bag, you put on the one who drown in the water. But when the breeze comes, it brings it to yard. Because it's existing. And when you leave it there again, a breeze comes, it's not in the area. We're waiting for who to come and clean it. Liberia, we need to wake up. We can be seen as around the world as the dirtiest citizens. The only that will clean and say will travel on other countries. But you come Liberia, look around, walk around, how the place dirty. When will their dirtiness change? Eh? Let me go more religious. So you want to tell me that the God will serve a dirty God? Quran like cleanliness? Who told you that? He said cleanliness and that's the godliness. But then why? The other Christians in Liberia, they're not clean. And let me say that I'll go over, right? It is not only Christians. Even though who are not Christians are still doing the same thing. They still do the same thing. You know, people come out that clean. They are clothes. They go in. But go check behind them. Go see where they come from. Go see their surrounding. When will we focus on ourselves? We are the representation of the government. If we care less and we say government come and clean, who will come? We are the one. We. Oh Jesus. 0775-919-919, 0880-919-919. Let's go to the lines and talk to you. So this is where the EPA said, and I will re-emphasize this. They said that by 2026, they want to see a liquor department, a potential environmental court. People go to court. Imagine, we're complaining climate change, global warming. What are we doing? Let's go to the lines and talk to you. 0775. Let me talk to this first caller. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Mm-hmm. At the downside, at the toilet house. I know, like you say, you can see. When I was asking about, if you can see, you can smell. So when nothing happens, you can know. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay, my brother. Let me talk to you. Good afternoon. You live on the radio. Ah, somebody took it from another area and brought it to another place. Aha. You see there? You see there? It ain't good for them, but they good for different person. You see? Pampers bag or pampers just is a good thing. Wow. Okay, okay. And Liberians need to stand up for these things. And some of the pampers that they bring in, they're not small children pamper. Some of the guys, they're aging parents there with them. They're using that in it. They're keeping it. You have to take care of some other place. You see? It's bad. But if we institute cleanliness in our community, it will get us in their way. Good afternoon. You're welcome, man. Ah, you see there? You see? Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see that? Okay. Okay, ma'am. Good afternoon. Yeah, good afternoon. Yeah, you go to bed, see the play, you go to the counter, next day, see die there. They built a very beautiful road here during the past weekend. The drainage of that road is now served as a dump site or transit point for dirt. Good afternoon. You're welcome. Obviously, Yima, you're welcome on this last Monday. Yeah. Even if you're not going to church, just leave red light, go sit down to your hall, let the people be able to clean. You not sell, you will not sell, you will not sell. I mean, you will not cook that day. Because if it was Sunday and you want to buy your food, you will not cook that day. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Even sometimes you go buy clothes red light. You don't know why your clothes fell in the water, but it dry. But yeah, but your finger itching. Well, you know, but it fell in the dirty water. You don't know. It clean. It's shiny. But it fell down in the dirty water. The man just shake it, hang it while it dry, and you buy it way and you get it cheap. Good afternoon. Okay. Okay. Good afternoon. Yeah, George, go ahead. Even when you have your foundation there, make sure that regularly you check and make it clean. Okay. Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. Yeah, you're welcome. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. But you say the men at Zogo, the men at Lesson, that the time you want using, they may not get sense already. You know for a while, put it there anyway. You see there. You will never take your phone, you take your iPhone, Pro Max and go to Zogo to go plug it, to go put it on charge, but you are taking again. Okay, okay. And community leaders need to take, because these people are from communities. Community leaders need to take it serious so that they can enforce this thing. Good afternoon. You're live on the radio. The people, and I'm a matter that you're talking about. The people there, they are so much organized. They say that clean the place today, they will clean that place. But how can the people who are in the interior, they conduct themselves more than those who are in the city? How? And okay, my brother. Let me tell you, Liberian. Let me tell you something. If you have a child and you send your child to school, and you go there, and the child goes to school, anything happen, don't you think they will hold you responsible? They will hold you. This is just liking to government. We make the government. We told the government to go and work. But whoever says, oh, wait about the government, wait about it. No! We're not over government. We should initiate these things and make government to do it. But everybody relax and say, government must come and do this. Government must come and do this. Eh? You hear somebody get sick, they say, no, I mean, no medicine in the hospital, man. Why go to the hospital? You see that? The local leaders are there. They represent the government. The local leaders are there. You hear black leaders, youth leader, women grouping. They order to collect the money for the community board. At that time, you want grouping, or you youth chair, or you chairman. But to turn out the community, you don't care about that. Eh? And that is just a means of job creation. Government can't clean the debt. We clean all the debt in the community. We begin on the road here. Government please come and clean it. These are some of the things people protest for. His own action and come from government. But we say things, you know. We say no to drugs, but you just want smoking, or you just want selling someone door. You see, and politicians, they enjoy these things because they know that they can use it and control you. And let me say this: the greater responsibility come on institutions. Please create the public awareness. We'll boost public awareness. And like people begin to know how the dangerous the die they create, that if they don't take care of it, it come back to them and affect them, they will begin to know how to, they will not, even if they don't know, they won't control. But if they know about the danger of this thing, they will know how to control them. Government need to inform our citizens about this. How many times will say anything in the government? And the reason why government failed every term, because they failed to inform the citizens. They failed to inform the citizens. And this has been like a problem since 1847. They don't inform the citizens. You imagine some PhD main library don't even know the importance of day. All the book people learning, same Barclay time, library stay dirty. What innovation? Eh? But the people on the street, you put people on the street, they will clean the whole community, but you put people on the street to protest. Government, today we are doing a mass cleaning up as a civil advocate. We are asking you, please make all your truck available to come and clean the table. We're putting it around the car. We put it on the car here. No car will pass here. We'll clean the community here. We are telling you, please, and as you clean it there, make sure when you come and bring one dustbin, put it here. See the government. You see, PCC, they have no iron in hand. Eh? Even at times, even they want plastic bottle of water, they can't finish it. They throw it down. Sometimes people step under the water, flashing another person. You see the embarrassment. But when you go to Ghana, go to Cotonou, go to the Kotoka airport, go to the place here, go to Ivory Coast, go see how they play clean. Jesus Christ, I got to go. Thanks to all of you for joining me today. And from now to the year end, this will be my major conversation on this video. I want to know who steal your money, who corrupt. I want to know who will be taking responsibility of cleaning this community. Clean the community. They die in our cities. We are so dirty than anything. We're wearing the Piacadine, the Giorgio Armani, we wash, so people put in Afro. Most of the people are wearing Afro. Just see them. The place they come from, go see that place. Eh? Hey, Jesus. And I don't want them to stand here, poor car, and take pictures because they all want low clean on Facebook. They want low clean. When they plait their hair, but when you ask them the balloon hair or the remnant of the hair, where they didn't know. They didn't care. Imagine. Oh God. Tomorrow will be on the thing. We will end the year on this thing. If I'm nothing I heard talking Liberia, will be this thing here. It is so shameful, so ashamed of myself. Imagine. You see foreigners coming and going discussing how Liberia dirty. There's nobody Liberia can go and say this house already clean. Go to where the president is living. You will see dirt there. Go there, you see community people get dumped all in the place there. What's that you go there and clean? You having 2-3 presidents living somewhere. 5 presidents, you having ministers living somewhere. They wouldn't care about the houses, they paint the houses white, they would have white cars, they in a yard, but they die for that. And they can make die. They buy all the funny things when they know they take the dead outside. Oh Jesus. We'll go on it tomorrow. And it will reach to the point we start to call names. They get first. Good afternoon.
Okay, we want to thank our Honorable President for the nice and short statement he made. Okay, now we're standing at this time. We want all of us to rise on our feet. We come into the conclusion of this today. As he mentioned of